We are finally live. Sorry about that. There's a little technical difficulties. Anytime I schedule a show and I'm like working in the studio and trying to like add things to it, for some reason it like messes up the video when I launch it. I don't know. I've noticed that a lot. But anyways, we got a show to do. Let's get the intro going. Well. Let's go. Andy, I'm sorry. I got to get it together. I know. I'm sorry. I got to get it together. But how's everybody doing? It's Thursday. We're getting closer to game day, and it's getting close to a CMC master class game. Oh, my God. They poked the wrong person. Do you know last year, Dallas, they lost to the 49ers in the playoffs. It was a crazy game. I was there. AT&T Stadium. Unbelievable game. 49ers did not have Christian McCaffrey. They traded for Christian McCaffrey this year, and he's been the missing piece. We all know it. And we all heard the crazy viral clip that's out there. We played it last night on Instagram. It's all over social media. A Dallas radio host, they went out, and they basically said that they hope CMC pulls a hamstring, basically. They want him to get hurt. And then, they're backing it up, saying, oh, it was just a joke. Niner fans are whining and stuff. You don't joke about that stuff. That's very unprofessional. You're on the air. You're in the media. You got a lot of people listening to you. That is just uncalled for to wish or even joke about any injury. It's like if I were to sit here and say, oh, I hope Dak Prescott messes up his hamstring. Like, nobody wants to hear that. You don't want to wish any injury on any player, no matter what, even if it's your biggest rival, because that is karma, man. Karma will come back and rear its ugly head, and she will come and get you, baby. Karma is true. It's as they say, karma is a bee. And I'm telling you, man, these people that are gassing up the Cowboys and talking all this nonsense, they are coming out of the woodwork and they're talking sloppy, man. I get it. It's a rivalry. People are hyped up. You got emotion. But there's a good way to do it and a bad way. And that is a bad way. Never talk about injuries on a player. That's crazy to me. Crazy to me. You can't do that. Let's play the clip. Let's play the clip.
Free trade is paying dividends. He's made it unfair. He took them.
He's healthy now. Carolina, he couldn't stay healthy. Now he never gets hurt.
We could use an injury. We really could.
Yeah, hamstring would be good.
And it's basically a
what? Let's hear it again.
Free trade is paying dividends. He's made it unfair. He took them.
He's healthy now. Carolina, he couldn't stay healthy. Now he never gets hurt.
We could use an injury. We really could.
Yeah, hamstring would be good.
And it's basically
It's crazy. So they're like, oh, in Carolina, he couldn't stay healthy. Now he's healthy. It sounds like they're scared. And then they're saying, oh, an injury would be good. A hamstring, yeah, that'd be good. Even it up. It's like they want to even the playing field. You know what I mean? It's like they're salty that they didn't go and get CMC. And it's funny because during the trade when it happened, remember when everybody happened, all the analysis were like, oh, this was a bad trade. The Niners gave up too much. It's a C-, said ESPN. People were bashing this trade. CMC's damaged good. They traded him because he's injury prone. Blah, 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 blah. Everybody was bashing this in the media. People were saying it was a bad trade. 49ers are 11-0 since he became the starting running back. And he has become a critical piece. He's like the reason they win a lot of these games. He's pacing the offense. And they didn't really give up much. They gave up a second-round pick, if you really think about it, because we talked about this the other day. They have 11 draft picks. All their picks are amazing, and you love to see it, right? All the draft picks they've accumulated have been there so they can make trades like this. They got 11 draft picks this year. It's crazy, man. It is absolutely pathetic. I can't wait till the Niners go out there. And the Niners don't need any of this to fire them up. They're going to be fired up regardless. They do not need anything like this to fire them up. But this is just bulletin board material that's going to make them even more upset. I know the Niners sit back. They don't talk trash. And the Cowboys seem to always talk and talk and talk. There's something that happened today also. I want to post this later. I've been so busy. I didn't get around to it yet. Literally, I just haven't even been on my phone much today. But I got home. I tried to post some stuff today. This is what did you guys hear what Micah Parsons said today? This is kind of a nice little sound clip that we're gonna post later after the live. But this is what he said today. So let me find the clip. Okay, so Micah Parsons on if the Cowboys have faced an offense with as many weapons as the 49ers. He goes, no, but I don't think they faced anyone like us yet this year either. This is what Parsons said. He goes, I don't think the 49ers have played anyone like us. 49ers played the Kansas City Chiefs. Parsons just needs to zip it up, baby. But it's a lot of disrespect out there. And again, going back to these Dallas fans, these radio, it's an actual radio host, man. An actual radio host. It's crazy to me that these guys are out there making a mockery of themselves. And then after, you know what's crazy to me? They said some more stuff. Let's play the clips. This is one thing he says. So this guy says, so let me get this straight. A take about injuries in sports have you outraged and you watch football every week. Got it. Maybe I'm outraged that you incentivize life-threatening injuries by even, watching. So they're saying just because you think it's like a big injury that we talked about an injury that they're saying that it's not a big deal to say that basically. And it's funny because if the Niner fans, if a Niners podcaster, if a Niners analyst or radio, someone from 957 The Game, like imagine if like Bonta Hill or someone from the Morning Roast were to say, I hope Dak gets a hamstring injury, they would be outraged. You don't go on radio and say it. Football is a violent sport. You see these injuries all the time. It's crazy, especially after Damar Hamlin, right? The Damar Hamlin situation a couple weeks ago. You don't want to wish any injury on anybody. Like, I get it. We're upset. We get emotions. We're hyped up. We want to beat the crap out of the Cowboys. They want to beat the crap out of us. But don't go that route. Don't go unprofessional on it. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Rhea says, who is wishing an injury? So a Dallas radio host was basically wishing that CMC would get hurt. To me, it's just silly. And then they said a couple more stuff. This was one tweet that they mentioned. This one was crazy. He basically says that Niner fans are whining. It's a joke. They're joking about Christian McCaffrey. Charles Barkley was right. Everything said about your city, like they were trashing the Bay Area and saying how the Niner fans are just classless. And it's just sick, man, to see these people out there talking so much trash. And then another person says a player has a history of being healthy or available for this team. He's doing a great job while he's in San Francisco. But, basically they're all justifying that he's injured, right? They're justifying that he's injury prone. It's okay to say these things. I don't know. I think it was silly. I think it was a weird. I just think it's weird to even joke about an injury to a player. That's just me. They can call me soft if they want. I get it. That's cool. You could sit here and tell me I'm soft, whatever, because that's what their vibe is. They're, you guys are soft. Injuries are part of sports, but you don't wish an injury. You don't wish an injury. Like if I'm sitting here and say, I want Dak to get hurt, they would go crazy on me. They'd go crazy on me. I want everybody to be healthy. You don't want injuries. These guys work too damn hard to get injured, man. And it ruins the game. When a player gets hurt, it ruins the intent. When you beat a team that's not 100%, you're like, it sucks. It sucks to be injured, and it's like you don't feel like 100% that you beat them because there's always going to be that excuse of, well, so-and-so wasn't healthy. They always throw that at us. So this is good. See, now you're not soft because if we said I hope they get injured, they would react the same. And that's the exact response I have. That's my take on it, right? That's my take on it. That if we were to say that, if a Niner fan were to say that, Niner radio host or somebody in the Niners community, if we were to say that, they'd eat it alive in Dallas. It's an L radio station. That's it. Yeah. Bailey says, you say that, and then you have the guy in the back that said hamstring would be good. You heard the guy's regret as he said it. Should have took a couple more seconds to think before speaking. Again, I agree. Like, you have to come out and control what you're going to say. Sometimes you get in the heat of the moment. I've been on live and I've, been riled up and I get upset. But you got to really think. If you're going to come live and you're going to say stuff, you got to know people are going to clip it. People are going to go blast it out there. And sometimes your stuff's going to be taken out of context. That was not taken out of context. That was 100% in context. I remember Jake last night on Uncovered NFL. He posted it. He texted me. He goes, Rod, you see this? I was like, yeah, I'm posting this tomorrow. And I couldn't believe it. I was just like, it's just unprofessional. That's the word. Should be fired, Brendan says. I get it. I agree. Just no late hits. Yo, Jimmy Ward's coming for it. They don't piss off Jimmy Ward. Jimmy Ward is coming for it, man. And you know what? If he gets a late hit, I'm not even going to be mad about it. He kind of got it. He's going to come for a late. I don't want him to because, I don't want him to hurt anybody. But Jimmy Ward's going to be coming for blood. I mean, there was a tweet. When was this tweet? I think 2 years ago. Dallas said, is it CeeDee Lamb? I think I have CeeDee Lamb. He says, like, pray for him or something. I don't remember. It was like a 49ers Dallas game. I don't know if you remember, but Jimmy Ward got, he tried to take the hit on the guy, and he got really hurt on the head. Took a bad angle, and his head kind of whiplash. And CeeDee Lamb's like celebrating. After the game, he made a mockery of Jimmy Ward. They've said a lot of stuff. The Cowboys talk a lot. Man, I'm just telling you, these guys they got a fire lit under them. Kyle Shanahan yesterday in the locker room, Fred Warner was talking to reporters, and he says that Kyle tries to light these guys like a light of fire under them, piss them off. And Kyle Shanahan says, yo, the Cowboys defense is better than you guys. I'm sure that they took that personally. Like, don't be telling me that. Kyle's pissing these guys. Kyle's getting them fired up. I like that. And the media's firing them up. They see that. 100% they see this stuff. And they're like, all right, bet. We're going to let our game do the talking for us. And that's exactly what they do. I'm going to pause real quick. I'm going to send an invite to Vlad. He wants to hop on. We're going to get Vlad on the show. But just give me a minute. I'm going to pause and send this invite to Big Bad Vlad. So hang tight for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we are loading in just a second, so he'll be on. I had to send him the right link because the first one wasn't working. My man C-Mac says, F the Cowboy fans, 100%, man. I'm tired of them. They've been talking a lot of this and that this week. The mood is F the Cowboys. I want nothing more than to beat Dallas. The NFL is getting what they want. They know it's a heated rivalry. They know this was going to sell tickets. They knew this would bring out the blood out of a lot of players and fans, and I'm juiced up, man. I'm juiced up. Bailey says the boys are marinating in that locker room, soaking up all that nonsense coming out of Dallas. We will be war ready. I agree. It's good. It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be a good time. It's going to be absolutely fun. I invite Grant Cohn. He's always welcome to come on. I've invited him before. Ted says they have 4 players hurt. They should be worried about that. They should be worried about their own stuff. Don't be worried about the Niners getting hurt and things like that. I'm just so juiced that these oh man, they're really giving us a lot of bulletin board material. I can't between Skip Bayless, between these Dallas radio guys, it's incredible to see how much trash that these fans are about. Like it's classless, and it sucks because I'm sure there's a lot of really good Dallas fans. And it's making them look bad because I was in Dallas. I met many Dallas fans last year, and they were nice to me, and they showed their hospitality, and it was it was a nice situation. But this gives a bad look. When you have people like this, it just gives them a bad look, bad class, man. That's not a good look you want to have because again, these guys they doubled down on it. They said, yeah, okay, Juice, or they said CMC, he's injury prone. What did I say that was wrong? And then again, the other guy that was saying, oh, yeah, the Niner fans are soft. They're getting mad about a joke. Again, you don't joke about something like that. It's crazy, man. Dallas must have amnesia and forgot what happened last year. It's the thing, man. The Niners, they're a better team than they were last year. They got a better defense, #1 defense in the league. You got Christian McCaffrey, who wasn't there last year. Nick Bosa got hurt in that game. Fred Warner got banged up in that game. These guys are hungry, man. These guys are absolutely hungry. They're playing with a chip on their shoulder. Oh, man. Bailey says that he saw something that 74% ticket sales are coming from 49ers and 19% Dallas. That's good, man. We need to pack that stadium with Niner fans. I know Dallas fans travel well, but we can't let them in. Alberto says Niners are going to run these fools over. I'm so excited. I said Bosa was going to have 2 sacks and CMC was going to have 2 touchdowns, but I'll take that back. They're going to have 4 sacks and 4 touchdowns. 4 and 4. I think Bosa has 2 sacks. That was my prediction. I definitely think CMC is he's going crazy. A CMC masterclass game. Are you kidding me? He's about to go crazy, and they're going to forget about Brandon Ayuk and Debo. I just think that CMC is going absolutely crazy. I already planning on wearing the CMC jersey this weekend, which we got on now. I got to support my boy. But that's what's going to happen, man. I feel CMC is just going to go crazy, man. Eric says, I say all the Yak brothers score a touchdown. That would be amazing. Kittle, Debo, Ayuk, and CMC. That would be crazy if all the Yak bros got a touchdown, man. Oh, man. Beast mode. Am I going to the game? I'm thinking about it. I still haven't got tickets. I'm looking into some options and seeing if guys check my sources first, see if anybody has any tickets for me. Otherwise, it's gonna be that last minute ticket. So we'll see. But I definitely want to go to the game. I'm hyped up, man. Ramon says it screams inferiority. I'm not really into the jinx thing, but I expect nothing different. I hope CMC goes off. Yeah, 100%. I don't think anybody's gonna jinx these teams. We have no bearing on how this team's gonna play. They're gonna go out and they're gonna play their game, no matter what we say, no matter what we do. But when they hear this stuff in the media, in their mind, they're gonna internalize that, and they're gonna say, "Okay, I remember this guy said this. I want to make them like they do internalize these things." Like Diamador Lenore last week. Remember, he had all those liked tweets saved on his Twitter, and he made people pay. Man, he went brazy on them, and it was fun to see. It was cool to see. It's like these players listen. They listen to the media. They watch things going on. They know what's going on. These guys are just like me and you when they're watching sports. They're listening to all the stuff out there. They're looking on Twitter. They're just plugged in as me and you are. It's crazy, man. It's what they do. They make people pay. They love to sit there and keep the receipts. They take things, they take those receipts 100%. I know they do. Because after the games, right, you see sometimes players tweet, especially Debo, after a game, when people talk and yap at him, what does he do? He pulls out every receipt and he goes out there and he says, like, I thought we had less talent. Remember with the Dolphins when they said, the Niners have better talent and this and that? And Debo says, I thought we had less talent, right? And, they whooped them up. So these players know what's up. They internalize everything, man. Andy says, Tej says, will the prices drop last minute? I hope so. We'll see. I doubt it. Do you think they'll play Drake Jackson or agree they should? I do. I said that earlier this week. I think they should. They need to get some edge pressure. Dak does have some ability to run. You want to be able to contain him in that pocket. You want to be able to chase him if he does run. You need some athletic guys out there. I think the last few weeks they've had to play a really tight defensive style where they had to really stuff up the middle, against running teams. And I think that's why Drake wasn't in there. And Shanahan hinted towards that the game plan was really to clog up the middle. Drake's going to be on the outside, so you can't really play him on the interior. So I think it was just game plan, scheme-wise. And that's why he didn't get a shot to go in these last few weeks. But I think that Drake should play. I think he's definitely a solid player. And, he's only going to get better. He's young, but I think the game plan was, out of what they needed him for. So I do want to see Drake in there. I think he could really help chase down Dak because he is going to try to use his mobility. So, yeah, 100%. Samuel says we need Drake Jackson for sure. I should rock the Stanford CMC. Maybe I should. I'll wear it tomorrow. For sure, I'll wear that CMC Stanford. I don't know. I like the red and gold Christian McCaffrey Niner CMC jersey. This is literally my favorite jersey right now that I own. I absolutely love this jersey. I've worn it way too many times, but who's counting? The CMC Stanford jersey, though, is so good. It's for the culture. I had to get that one. That one's dope. I definitely will go to a Stanford game next year and rock the hell out of that jersey. It's going to be cool, man. I'm looking forward to that. Am I going to see other games besides SF? I mean, the playoffs, I watch all the games. I watch every single game. I have Red Zone during the weekend. I love sitting back and watching football. Like this Sunday was great, man. Just sitting back, catching all those games, stress free. No worries if the Niners were going to win or not, man. It was a good feeling. It's chilling. I like to go to other games too. I go to college football games, go to basketball games. I've been to a lot of Warrior games. So yeah, I'm always down to go to sports games. I go to A's games a lot. I've been to a Giants game, all that good stuff. The official says, what jerseys you think we're wearing? We're wearing the home red jersey, standard red. So we're wearing these bad boys on Sunday. Standard red. Home jerseys, throwback. No throwbacks, just the straight, pure Niner jerseys, man. That's what we're doing, home jerseys. It will be a tie game, first half, says Mikey. And then the defense is going to change the game, and CMC will get two touchdowns over 130 yards. I think so, too. I think it's going to be a close game initially. And the 49ers are that second half team. They always turn it up on the second half. They know how to make those adjustments. The only thing I worry about going into this game is DeMeco Ryans. He's been busy this week. So we know he had an interview with the Broncos today. He's got the Colts also. And he's got one more interview on top of that. So he's busy. He's stressing. I'm sure he's a little stressed preparing for this game. He did say his mind is focused on Dallas. Obviously, he's going to tell us that. He's saying everything's, prepping for Dallas. But he is going to be a busy guy. And I'm sure he's going to be tired, man. But you got to hope that DeMeco brings the kitchen sink and he's able to make those adjustments because he's got a lot on his mind right now with all these head coach options. But that's the name of the game. So I got faith in DeMeco. I got confidence in my boy. So, it's just how it goes because teams can't wait. I know people want them to wait, but you got to realize they're trying to fix their team because in 2 weeks, it's the Senior Bowl. You need to make sure that your staff's intact, that they got to play. For us, we're worried about the Super Bowl and playoffs and stuff. Other teams, they got draft on the mind. Scouting starts now, because the Senior Bowl is coming up. And then pro days and all this stuff, they got like 2-3 months to really prep. That's not a lot of time if you really think about it. They got to get things prepped up, get their coaching staffs lined up. It takes a while. And then you got to get your plan ready, your blueprint. It's a fast process. Like, boom, boom, hire the coach. Boom, get your staff. Boom, go scouting. And then bring players in and figure out your plan. Who are we going to get for free agents? Because March is free agency. So I get it why other teams, they're not waiting. They're not going to sit around and wait till after Super Bowl. They need to get rolling. But for us, it's stressful because we're in a playoff run. And we don't want anybody badgering our coaches. But when you're a good team and you have good coaches, that's what happens, man. That's what happens. That will play a big factor in how the defense plays, Ivan. I agree. Definitely is going to have a big factor. I'm sure that DeMeco is going to be prepared. He's a hell of a coach. But we'll see. He's got to be able to make those adjustments. I just hope he's not too stressed and tired. But again, he's not on the field. But he's the one that's kind of got that game plan going. And I have 100% confidence in this defense, man. These guys are absolutely amazing. Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, and everybody else. So Tej says we need that pressure from the defense 100%. We need that pressure. We need that pressure from the defense 100%. And that is the key to this game is getting in Dak's face. Make him uncomfortable, man. You can't let him run. That's what they're going to want to do. They know that we struggle against mobile quarterbacks. They want to take advantage of that. They're going to try to let Dak run. I hope he runs, man, because if he does, he's going to make mistakes when he's coming out and Bosa's there and you got Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw. He's going to make mistakes, man, if he tries to be overconfident. So Samuel says MFs are salty. They are salty. They salty as, we know it. They are. Ryan McDonald says Dak is overrated. I agree. People think he's a elite top 10 quarterback. He's not bad. He's had some good moments here and there. He leads the NFL in interceptions, and he missed a handful of games, about 5 games. We got my boy hopping in. Let's go. Let's get him in the big Vlad in the building. What's up, my boy? How we doing?
Can't wait.
I can't either, man.
I'm feeling great, and I can't wait.
Same here, man. I'm gonna get right into it. You heard this
comment.
You already know. Dallas radio host bad. He basically wishes injury on CMC. Says it'd be nice if he got a hamstring injury. How are you feeling about this? I know most Niner fans are just absolutely pissed off. What do you got? What's your take on this?
He's a bad guy. That's like a bad person. You're like a bad person to like want someone injured. And listen, I get it. They're afraid. Last year they got beat by a team that I don't like. Last year that was a good team. They 13-4 last year.
They were good. They were one of the top seeds in the league.
What 12-5? Sorry, right? 12-5. What was it? 12-5. It was 12-5 because they were 3-5 at one point.
Okay.
This year they're 13-4. Like this year, I would argue that this is a better team, and especially right now when you have a rookie quarterback putting 350 yards up in his first playoff appearance, like, you know what I mean? I think they're scared, and I think that that's what you do when you're scared. And that guy, maybe some kind of discipline should probably maybe befall on that guy, especially if like it's one thing to say that like offhand, maybe if you said that, you know what I mean? But like this is your job, like that's your job.
You could say like off the record. I mean, it's still shitty to say it. We say stuff off the record all the time, but nothing like that, man. But you're right. If you're live on air on a public broadcast, man, that's shitty.
Imagine Smitty, you go live sometimes, and sometimes you go live with like 4-letter network people. Imagine if you were like, yeah, man, I can't. Hope that guy gets injured. Hope that guy tears his ACL this year. We're not going to have Smitty on anymore.
That was a pretty dumb thing to say. I mean, there's no excuse for it. Like, I think people that are on like they're like talking heads and they have like their own YouTube channel and they're not like on the radio because he was on a radio station. Right?
Radio, yeah, syndicated radio.
It's a little different standard. Like you got a boss. If you're some like just a-hole and you're like me. And you just run your mouth about stuff like, I mean, you get a different whole like setup, you're especially if you're like a Seahawks like page or something, like I could understand, it's not acceptable, but I'm saying you could understand how they could be such a moron. But if you're like in radio, you don't do stuff like that. I don't know that he'll get fired. He didn't get fired, right? I'm sure he didn't get fired.
I don't think so, not yet.
But I'm sure people are blasting the hell out of him, bro.
Oh yeah, Niner fans are blasting him, but like I think the radio said they're retweeting like the comments that he said that are basically justifying what he said. Like, oh, it was just a joke. Niner fans are soft. Like they're kind of doubling down on it, that's the crazy part to me.
Yeah. I mean,
Dallas.
I mean, it's a stupid thing to say, but it doesn't. People say stupid stuff all the time. So I don't know. I don't think anything's gonna come of it.
Let me ask you guys this: over under that new kicker misses a kick this week.
Oh,
whatever their name is.
He's definitely missing the kicker, bro. If he passed the play, whoever kicks for Dallas is missing a kick.
Is missing a kick. I'm saying the new guy. The new guy's gonna miss.
Yeah, but he's just emergency. He's not gonna be the kicker.
Good, then that Maher guy's gonna miss.
Maher.
Sure.
Wouldn't that be crazy if Maher like was in a position to kick the winning field goal? Like,
if he's in position and he misses it. They'll never live it down. Oh God, that would be classic. I mean, I don't want it to come down to a game-winning field goal because my heart, I don't know if I'd be able to take it. That'd be stressful. But if it does and he missed it, might be the greatest finish of all time between Dallas and San Francisco. Holy God, could you imagine?
You think Parsons is going to be looking to get his against Ayuk?
Yeah, he's about to get his against everybody. Did you hear what he said today?
I didn't see what he said today. I don't pay attention to the Cowboys.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tweet it. I'm gonna post this later.
It's gonna be a good game, guys. It's gonna be fun.
I think so.
And the aggressiveness between the two sides, the fan bases, the players, like that makes for an amazing game.
This is the game everybody wants. So this is what Parsons said. I said this earlier, but for you guys, he goes, this is what Michael Parsons said on if the Cowboys have faced an offense with as many weapons as the 49ers have. He goes, no, but I don't think they faced anyone like us yet this year either. Yeah.
I mean, he's got to say that. Right?
I mean, hey, guys, I mean, the Cowboys are a very unique defense and their playmakers. So he's not wrong.
He's talking about their off. I mean,
they're
I
an
guess.
I think he's
opportunistic
talking about their
defense.
I think he's talking about the defense. He's talking as a defensive player, maybe. I don't know.
Their
Maybe
offense, their offense is essentially two guys, three, right? Pollard.
it's pretty good, bro. Look, I mean, I know you guys are biased because you're Niner. Like, it's a good offense. The only thing you have to root against is Dak. Like that Tony Pollard can't disappoint if he's getting fed. Zeke Elliott's playing pretty well this year, to be honest. Dalton Schultz is a top 5 tight end. CeeDee Lamb's a top 6 wide receiver. It's a loaded attack, bro. Dak is shaky. Dak is so up and down. One year to the next. I mean, he hasn't proven anything to me. He's had a good year, but like at the same time, I would never bet on Dak Prescott. So,
No, you can't. Yeah, you can't do that.
But it's a good offense. But that defense is good too. I mean, it's a really good matchup. It comes down to turnovers.
Two good teams. I'm not going to say Dallas isn't good, but I think the Niners are definitely better. And again, we've seen Dallas play some really inconsistent football. I think that's the big key. Is they're very inconsistent. Dak Prescott will throw turnovers, man. He'll throw picks. He had a lot of them this year, and he missed a handful of games.
It comes down to turnovers. If Brock Purdy is poised and Shanahan doesn't pull back on Brock so much that Brock has to then later on make mistakes to try and get the team back in it or something like that, or if Purdy, let's say on his own accord, Shanahan lets him throw and he gets nervous and throws picks or whatever, or Dak goes out and does Dak type things, in a negative way. I mean, it just comes down to turnovers. I know it sounds cliche, but it's like these teams are both very, very good. And it wouldn't shock me whatsoever if it ended up being like a really, really close game.
You think it's be close? What's your final prediction then? You think it's gonna be super close?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. This isn't like the Seahawks game where it's like they could hold for a while and the Niners get out and destroy them. I think I said earlier 35-24, but I think it could be like 35-31. Like it could be something really, really close. It could be one of those field goals by Maher or you guys kicking a game-winning field goal. It could be that close.
It could be. Okay. I respect it. Vlad, what do you think? How close do you think it's going to be? Think the Niners roll them?
I think it's probably going to be like 34-24 Niners. Like the reality is, unless something like crazy happens, right? Unless like they fall apart, the reality is Kyle Shanahan's offense is better than Dan Quinn's defense.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. Like it's not going to come down to Brock Purdy having to throw and throw and throw. I think they're going to be able to run the ball very easily, not very easily, but relatively easily on the Cowboys. I think they're going to be able to control the clock, and then as long as everything goes the way it's been going, unless Purdy just completely falls apart, the kid doesn't need to do these incredible dynamic things. He has a ton of passes over 18 yards, a ton of passes over 30 yards. He's playing fantastic, but he doesn't have to. Look at the reason he does all that stuff. The reason he has all those numbers is because he's doing the checkdowns, the little things, the screen passes. He's doing all those things the right way. So defenses have to play him differently, and then he takes advantage of it.
Yeah,
the kid's doing so well. I just think he's doing so well that unless Purdy falls apart, this offense is way too dynamic. There's too many weapons. Look at what Debo did on one touch, 74 yards. CMC, one touch, 68 yards. That's insane.
They have players that you're right, that you put the ball in their hands and you give them the ball in space and they're gone. And there's an analogy, I can't remember who wrote about it today, but they basically said like Brock Purdy's basically like the Steph Curry. He's being a point guard for this team. He's just facilitating. He's getting the ball to the playmaker. And that's what this offense is. Get the ball in these guys' hands in great position and they'll do the rest. But you're right. He does the dink and dunks. He does the little checkdowns. He does it when he needs to, but he can also extend. He has the mobility. he's playing out of his mind. But to me, again, you're right. It comes down to what Smitty said, turnovers. And the 49ers defense, to me, is more opportunistic. They're going to make more they're going to probably force more turnovers. I'm not saying Dallas won't. I'm sure they might get a turnover or so. They got good players on their defense. But the other key is coaching. It comes down to this coaching staff. The 49ers, plain and simple, coaches are better. Shanahan and D'Amico, they've been on a tear. 11 games in a row. These two guys have been on their P's and Q's. Their second half adjustments have been just incredible. And I think that, again, I've said this so many times this year, that you have a team, the 49ers, that you might be able to beat them in 2 quarters, maybe 3. You cannot outlast the team in 4 quarters. They're just too strong. They're just too good in making adjustments. They're going to be tough. It could be a close game initially, but I feel like the Niners are just – they're the veterans, man. They know what it takes. They got everything going for them. Their goal is to get further than they were last year and win the Super Bowl. Like, that is their goal. They were so close last year. They don't want that nasty taste of defeat in their mouth. This is just another game that they got to get past and get to the next goal. Like Fred Warner says, one more game until the next. They got that mindset of, I'm going one game at a time. They know it. They can't look ahead. They're not going to take Dallas lightly. Dallas is a good team, and I'm sure Dallas is going to be prepared. They're going to be angry. They're going to be coming in for revenge from last year's loss, the Trent Williams thing, like everything that happened last year. They're pissed, coming in mad. So I expect it to play tough to begin with, but I don't think they're going to be able to outlast the 49ers in this game.
Yeah, I agree with you. There's no way that.
I don't know if you guys are talking. I can't hear you. Let me get out of here.
Smitty, how was Disneyland? We appreciate you for hopping. How was Disneyland?
It was good, bro. It was crazy. Right now, I'm getting Miss Smitty some. I don't know what they call this.
Where are you?
Yogurt ice cream or something. I don't know. Hold
Gelato?
on. I gotta pay. Give me 1 second.
Gelato?
Fucking Smitty, dude.
Yogurt ice cream. Frozen yogurt?
Don't know. This guy's he's always getting food, man. That's good stuff.
He must be known by like all of the to-go places and all the takeout. They must be. Yo, what up, Smitty?
They love him, dude. Fucking
they must.
Putting money in their pockets. I love it. I love it.
Dude, I'm trying. Today was our second go at a local pizza. You know, we just got down here, and the first, like, she's from New York, so it's tough, and I'm from Providence, so it's like,
all right, my bad.
Rhode Island's got like some of the best pizza.
You guys hear me?
And yes, Smitty, how was it? How was everything? How was everything? Good? Was it good?
You talking about Disneyland?
Yeah, Disney.
Yeah, it was good, bro. We went to California Adventure at Disney the first night. We got there. I surprised my daughter. It was her birthday. And then we went to Disneyland. Bro, guess how many miles I walked yesterday alone? Just yesterday. I couldn't believe it.
20.
Well, no, 11.7. But that's
Jesus.
That's crazy.
I believe it. Vlad, your screen's frozen.
I can barely move.
Neither can Vlad.
Yeah, Vlad can't move. Oh man, this person. Hold on. But yeah, I think Raj, what you said earlier, the Niners more opportunistic. I would say you guys are both near evenly opportunistic. I think what it comes down to is that the Niners are just a better defense. So it's going to be like if the Cowboys offense can't stay on the field and control the clock, the Dallas defense, because it's not better, it will wear down. Whereas I think you guys won't have a problem controlling the clock. Ever since you got CMC, it's been just unbelievable. You know, you don't have any control on any part offensively. But like Dallas, if Dallas can control the clock, that'll probably be the biggest chance that they have. Because then
100%. Because then they'd keep us off the field, and we've been averaging 33, 34 points over the last several games since CMC and Purdy been there, and that's what they want to do. You don't want us to score. You don't want Kyle Shanahan to pull out all the tricks in his bag. So they want to be able to control the ball. But you're right, with CMC out there, it's hard for any team. And then we also got, like you said, Debo and Elijah Mitchell. There's too many weapons on this team, man. There's just too much.
Yeah, it's tough to, especially once you see them. The closer they get to the red zone, the harder it is to stop the offense from now. Especially now, you see Purdy moving as well as he does. Like, I just don't like the kid taking the shots he takes. Like, sometimes it's just like, dude, get the ball out of the hands, get it out of there, because he takes some hits. It's like, oof.
So I know you guys love it now, and I'm always talking about smoke season in the future and all that, but I mean, that's kind of the combos I like to talk about. So, but if, let's say, you guys win the Super Bowl.
Whoa.
Plan to win the Super Bowl, whatever you want.
Whoa.
Does Brock Purdy 100% have, I'm not talking about logic or what we would do. Does Brock Purdy have 100% of Shanahan's trust, and will Shanahan say he's our quarterback, or will he still go into the offseason and be like, well, we're going to see how it goes, or like, what do you project his reaction to be? I'm going to ask that question first. If you win a Super Bowl, what's he going to say? Not what we would say. What's he going to say?
I mean, I think the right thing to say in that situation would be, we're going to have a great off season. Next off season, we're going to have a great training camp. We're going to find the best players for this 53-man roster, and we're going to try to rebuild and do this thing again. And that's the kind of stuff he's going to say.
Yeah.
I think the reality is, if Brock continues to do what he's doing and everything goes the way we'd like it all to, Niners fans would like it all to go, and it's 3 more wins. So as long as everything goes good, I think the only rational thing to do would be, and I know no one wants to hear, like you just have to give the kid the team. You don't have to worry about anything that happens after. You don't have to worry about trading. That doesn't mean Trey Lance is going to get traded. It just means that next off season, your starting quarterback is Brock. You go through the whole training camp. You see who's doing the best, and then you roll out next year.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he's gonna like come out and just say, "Oh, Brock's our guy." He's not gonna do anything to like fluff the media. He knows he's smarter than that. He's just gonna say, "Hey, look, we won the Super Bowl. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you about what's gonna happen in the offseason. We're gonna have a good offseason." But knowing Kyle 100%, if Brock Purdy wins the Super Bowl, that's the guy. He's the quarterback, obvious, 100%. And then they'll have a training camp. They'll be, we'll have competition, all that. Trey Lance is coming off injury right now. Brock's your guy, but Brock's the guy, man. And I honestly, and I've said this many times, and I feel it. Brock Purdy is a Kyle Shanahan draft pick. That was his guy. That was his pick, insurance policy, whatever it was. To me, that screams Kyle Shanahan. He loved this guy, just like he liked Kirk Cousins. He's done it before in Washington. They had RG3. They still got Kirk Cousins. Like it to me, that's what it feels like. And if they win the Super Bowl, it's going to be hard to say Brock Purdy.
And there's a reason, right? There's a reason. There's a reason.
Again,
you see
that's all hearsay. We don't even know yet. They got to focus on Dallas this week, but it's gonna be crazy.
I find it crazy when a coach can't like there's something negative about that to me when a coach won't say like, no, this is our guy.
I think the reality.
You know what I mean?
Sorry. I just think the reality is like this franchise. Their whole thing is like next man up.
Yeah.
And their whole thing is like, we're not predicated on one player, we're predicated on 53. So like, I think that's why I was like, I think the smart thing to do is bring both these guys back next year and have them both as the quarterback, because look what can happen. You can lose 2 starters. You can lose your starter and your backup in the same year. So like, why not keep both these guys? If Purdy's starting and doing this, great. Trey Lance is only 22 years old. He'll be fine. He's getting paid a ton of money. He'll be totally fine. Everybody's happy.
The only I don't even want to say it's a flaw in the logic. The only thing I could see happening, and is just assumptions. This is hearsay. Not saying that this is going to happen, because you know how people in social. Well, you said. Listen, the only thing that I could see that changes any of this is if Trey Lance asks for a trade, like actually says, "Trade me because I want an opportunity."
He will. He will because
I think he will. If it's evident, like if you guys win a Super Bowl and it's evident this is Brock Purdy's team, he knows he already waited in a year that he shouldn't have waited, that first rookie season. And he was so patient. He showed such maturity. And I have a feeling that he, to wait through yet another year, even though he got injured, and then to be told he's going to wait again, he's got a career to worry about. He's got
maybe, but he is getting paid a lot of money. And we all saw the damn Jimmy situation. Everybody thought Jimmy was going to be gone, but lo and behold, he's still on there. Kyle has a way of convincing these guys to stay with them. He's loyal. It's a family. And again, you never know injury. He can say, hey, look, you never know. We need you, buddy boy. Like, again, it's all speculation. Who knows what the hell's going to happen? But, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it happens, Smitty, if he actually asks for one, because he is the number 3 pick of the draft. And again, another reason, going back to what Vlad said about them not just naming the quarterback right away, if they do that, they're going to take a lot of crap in the media. Media is going to be, oh, they're so dumb. They traded. He wants to also protect Trey because people are already hating on the kid, which is silly, man. People hate on Trey for no reason. Like the other day, y'all saw on Twitter some bozo out there because Trey Lance posted a picture of Rand Carthon, who got selected to be the Titans' new GM. He got hired to be the Titans' GM. He basically was like posting his picture on his story to say congrats because he does that to every player. He reposts every player, coach, whatever in his story. And people ran with it of, oh, Trey's going to the Titans. Trey's going to the Titans. Rand's going to trade for Trey. Like, he can't even say congratulations to a coach, bro, without people jumping to conclusions. So,
hey,
wants to protect him.
Listen, if at the end of the day, if he wants to go and ask for a trade and I'm the 49ers front office, I'd say, hey, you and your agent go find me 2 first-round picks and some change, and I'll trade you.
You know what
I'm saying? Like, if it's that serious, then go and find me the guy that's going to give me 2 first-round picks.
I did a show today when I got back and talked about how I firmly believe that in my gut, that Miami Mike is either going to have Lamar Jackson, even though they say they're going to franchise tag him and keep him. Mm-hmm. He's either going to have Lamar Jackson, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, or Trey Lance.
Like McDaniel, Trey Lance. Okay.
It's going to be one of those.
Say this. If McDaniel does try to go for Trey, if it, again, we're just throwing stuff out. If he does, then that'll tell me that was truly McDaniel's guy and it wasn't Kyle's guy. Again.
Does he have?
Go ahead.
Does he have first-round picks?
I don't think so anymore.
Doesn't he trade them all? So that he's not getting traded.
They're not be able to do it.
First rounders are go kick rocks.
But
it's gonna be interesting, man. This offseason is crazy. But before we get there, we got playoff football.
3 more wins, dude. 3.
Yeah. I'm excited.
3 more big games, dude.
But one at a time, Dallas. And I hope those radio announcers oh man, I can't wait I want the Niners to win so bad so I can just talk so much trash next week to them. I can't wait. I got to stay humble until then. And then we going off, man. We going off next week if the Niners win.
But I told you guys, the Giants, I knew they were going to upset the Vikings. Rodgers on that too. They're paper tiger. And I'm telling you guys, they're going to beat the Eagles.
You think so?
I'm telling you, they're going to beat the Eagles. I'm telling you.
Oh man, would that be crazy? Giants.
Jalen Hurts. It's Giant. I said it a month ago almost. Giants Niners, because the Eagles are already banged up. The Giants lost to them twice now. The second time barely with backups. They're not going to lose to them 3 times. I'll bet you whatever you name the bet. Guarantee you the Giants are going to beat the Eagles, and then you're going to see Niners, Giants in the NFC title game. East Coast, West Coast, blue versus red. Fantastic.
Dable is such a good coach. I think Miami Mike and Dable are such good coaches. I think they proved that this year with the adversity that they had. And Dable, we knew, he had a lot to do with Josh Allen's development. And we knew that he was coming into a really tough situation with Danny Dimes. And I told he was like, this is not the quarterback. And I don't know how much I believe in Danny Dimes in the future yet. but I do know he looks really good right now, and it's odd because it felt like the deck was so stacked against him. But Dable's so good; he's such a good coach.
He really is.
Yeah,
You know,
Dable, man. Brian Dable's a good coach. I
And
got
like
respect for the guy.
you look at that defense. That defense, the Giants' defense is not good. But what do? They just play super aggressive. So like it's either high risk, high reward stuff. They get like picks and they get these weird interceptions, but they give up huge plays too because they're just super aggressive. Like the Niners should be able to beat that team pretty easy. Like they're going to take away the run.
Yeah, one thing about the Giants is they have a run game that is very good. And again, in the playoffs, we've said it. You have to be able to run the ball, control the clock. And I think someone in the comments said it. Saquon is such a beast. Saquon Barkley Renaissance season has been phenomenal. You know what's crazy? Saquon Barkley and CMC, to see them both like kind of rebound this year has been amazing because both of those two guys have been two of the best, right, potential running backs. But they kind of had some injuries here and there, and people wrote them off. Man, those two guys have been absolutely dogs, and it'd be fun to see a CMC Saquon Barkley matchup in the NFC Championship game. Giants are opportunistic. They're tough. They can hit you in the mouth. They're a physical team. I don't think it's a crazy thing to say that they could pull off the upset, but I still feel like it's going to be the Eagles somehow pulling. It's going to be like a weird. I just feel it's going to be a weird ending.
Yeah, Eagles, I think, face off against you guys. You know, I like that shot. You know, they have a small, like one of those like upset like feels to them, sure. But odds are you guys are going to beat them. Like it's going to be a tough game. But I feel like the Eagles versus the Niners is ultimately what we're going to see. I feel like I don't know who from the AFC, bro. It's so that's so crazy.
I it's going to be Chiefs, Bills. I think they're on a collision course. I think, you know, last year they changed the whole playoff format in the OT rules in the playoffs just because of those two teams, right? So I feel like it's going to be a playoff game between those two guys and it's going to overtime. But anyways, I don't know. If the Giants pull the upset off, though, Vlad, you're getting a lot of flowers this weekend. Trust me.
Yeah, I think Burrow gets it done. Burrow's going to be facing up against either the Eagles or the Niners.
You think Burrow's going? I don't know, man. You think he's beating DeMar Hamlin?
Give me my flowers when that happens, and you can give Vlad his flowers when it happens. But
I'll give you both a lot of flowers.
I mean,
yeah,
Joe Burrow did it last year, and his team's better this year.
But their O-line's torn up.
Better than it was last year, though.
Yeah, I guess.
I think it's gonna be Chiefs Niners. I think it's gonna be a repeat of the 2019 Super Bowl. The Kansas City Chiefs have 496 points scored. 496. The second closest team is the Eagles with 477. All right. The Niners have only allowed 277 points on the season. That's insane. The closest to that is 343, 342. Bills, 286.
Wow.
So I'm telling you, I think Raj is right. I think it's going to be a collision course, Bills and Chiefs. And I think it's going to be Niners and Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
I think so because that Bills-Chiefs game, it's going to be neutral site. Remember, they made it a neutral site. I think they're not going to sit there and name a neutral site and not have a neutral site game. I just feel it's all adding up, you know.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. If the Bengals win, Smitty, I'm sending you a bouquet of flowers.
Yeah. Are you guys coming down here?
If we go to Super Bowl, Smitty, I will be cracking the studio.
I wish.
Tell Miss Smitty, I'm hopping down. I'm coming down.
Get the meatloaf ready.
Bro, we're going to a lot of you're gonna take me to all the eating places. I can't wait.
The meatloaf ready.
Get the meatloaf
ready. Let's take it easy now.
Smitty's taking me to the locker.
If the Niners win, when would they do all that stuff in San Francisco? Would they do it like that Monday or the next Monday or the next Friday?
What, are you afraid?
Yeah, all that stuff.
I don't know. They'd probably be later in the week. Probably like Tuesday. I think they'd give it a day or so to prep. They got prep the city.
Yeah, we'll hose that thing down.
Yeah, I'm going. I'll be at. It's gonna be a wild week.
Might have to fly out there. Yeah.
There are Niner people all over California Adventure, though. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, of course.
The weird thing is there weren't a lot of Niner jerseys and stuff in Disneyland, but they're all in California Adventure. Like, what's that mean?
I think because California Adventure, it's a little bit more popular at times. Like certain rides, they got like the younger vibe out there, so a lot of the people are out there.
Yeah.
Like, I like California Adventure. It's nice. They got the Incredicoaster.
It's like tougher rides.
They got some fun rides.
But yeah, it was funny, dude. I saw Niner. I tried not to do too much work. I still had 3 shows when I was over there.
Yeah.
But I tried not to do too much work, so I was gonna like hand out business, like do guerrilla marketing and stuff. You know, when I see people in jerseys, I'd be like, "Bro, here," because I like doing stuff like that. But I kind of dialed it back, and
you gotta spend time with the fam, man. Just sit back.
But that was hilarious. Vlad, did you see me ride the Incredicoaster on the live stream?
No,
bro. He came on the live. I gotta send you the clip. So he comes on the live video. Right, and he's at Disneyland. He's up there. He's talking and he's in a line, and I'm like, "How much time you got?" He goes, "I'm like 5 minutes away from the front." I was like, "We're gonna stay on." And he goes, "You want me to go live?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it." And I'm like, the whole time thinking, I'm like, "Dude, lose his phone. He's gonna lose his phone." So he's live filming the roller coaster is going crazy. I don't know if you've ever been on it, but it's got like loops and shit. He's going through the loop, and he's like, "Ah!" And then all of a sudden, the video like just ends, and I'm like, "Oh God!" I thought we all thought he dropped his phone, and we're like panicking. Oh my God, did Smitty drop his phone? Did Smitty drop his phone? We were like freaked out. I was literally worried that I cost him a phone. I'm like, I'm gonna have to buy him a new phone. And then a couple minutes later, he goes on the live and he posts the flex icon, the Smitty special emoji, and we were all like, "Oh my God, Smitty!" He just sent a message on. So I pinned it. And then he hops back on the live, and he's like, "I almost lost my phone."
So I was holding it.
Out of control.
The Incredicoaster goes like 90 miles an hour. It's a real roller coaster. Like it's crazy. Like Space Mountain's like a 4 out of 10, like in terms of like speed, and this is like I don't know. It felt like an 8. It was
fast, dude. It's fast.
And so I was holding my phone so tight. Because I mean, you're shaking, and you go from a stop to like 90 miles an hour, like you don't even go up a chain. It's all like powered through whatever.
Yeah.
And so while I'm going around the loop, I'm holding it as tight as I can, and I realized as I was going that my thumb was really the only thing keeping it from coming out of my hands because I had 4 fingers on one side and just my thumb on the other, and I'm like, this wasn't a very good idea. And as I go over the loop, you know, I can't see anything. And I look down, and all of a sudden I see some girl skiing on a mountain on my phone. And I'm like, oh, I must have swiped over or whatever. And so I had to, while I was riding, I'm like going like this with my finger trying to get back on Roger's live because I see him going, no. And I'm going around, and I'm like trying to get it. And I finally click it kind of toward the end. But Raj, you got to send me that clip, bro. I got to post it.
Yeah, let me send it to you tonight, man. That was good stuff, man. That was absolutely funny. That was one of the best moments we've had on the lives in a long time. Like, that was so. I literally was so scared for you when it ended. When you lost, he dropped his phone because it was as I saw you going because it's like coming through the tunnel, and it just like picked up speed. It's like warp speed, and I remember I saw the loop coming, and I remember that because I've been on that ride many times. So I saw the loop coming, and I'm like, oh shit, he dropped it on the loop. He dropped it on the loop, and I'm like, and everybody in the chat was like, he dropped his phone. He dropped his phone. We were stressed for him.
GoFundMe for Smitty new phone.
Yeah, that's what somebody commented. It was crazy, but I'm glad you got your phone. I'm glad you enjoyed your week. Vlad, I'm hyped up. I'm excited. I hope the Niners get this dub. I hope that radio station looks like an idiot after this week. I mean, they already do, but even bigger idiots. Man, I don't know. Any final thoughts or comments before we head out here tonight? I appreciate you guys for hopping on, man.
I appreciate you, Raj, for having us.
Yeah, of course.
Always, this is always great to come on, especially playoff time, especially when the Niners are in the playoffs. That's just always good.
Yeah.
And recently, it's often. It's just 3 more wins. There's no way that the Cowboys are a better team than the Niners. 53-man roster, put it on paper. There's no way the Cowboys are better.
Yeah.
I think this team knows it too. I think this team knows that this is an opportunity that they really.
I gotta jump, guys.
This is a great opportunity. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Go Niners. 3 more
Raj.
wins.
Three
Three
more.
more wins.
Guys, appreciate you, Smitty. Appreciate you, Vlad. Have a good rest of your night.
Bye.
All right. That's it for tonight. I'm glad those Smitty and Vlad were able to hop on tonight. It's always good when we get some guests on. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for hopping on. It was good. This is a good show tonight. Yeah, in Dallas, that radio station, they're gonna take an L, a double L, like James Draws would say. Double L. Hold this L. Hold this L. Ooh, I can't wait till Sunday. Can't wait till Sunday, guys. My man Randy says Dak 3 interceptions. Let's go. I hope so. 3 intercepciones. Oh, I can't wait. I'm hyped up, man. Let's go. Let's get this dub. We're gonna hold an L. I want everybody to go. Do you guys know what radio station? Go on their Instagram if you haven't, and just go and type an L. Go give them an L. Let's see. Let me see what their Go on their Instagram page. It's let me find it for y'all. 1053 the F and FW. So 1053. This is them. I don't know if you can see it, but 1053 the F and FW. Go up there, drop some L's on their latest post. Oh man. I can't wait. I can't wait to see these guys take an L. But anyways, you guys have a good rest of your night. I appreciate you. I thank you so much for hopping on and watching tonight and always supporting your boy. I love you guys. I hope you have a good rest of your night. We are closing in on game day. Get some rest. And let's get this dub this weekend. Let's go, Niners. Bang, bang. Not a gang, baby.